What's up, gamers? Welcome back to some more Legends of Runeterra content. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit tired. It's because I am. I just got home a little bit ago from visiting some family. I drove 9 hours today to get back home, and this is the first video that I'm recording since I was gone on my break. So do apologize for being absent off of the channel for a little bit, not being able to upload in that time, though I hope you'll forgive me. And yes, the vacation was wonderful. Thank you for asking. Today, we are playing the Bare Knuckle Brawl. This is a Jack Udyr deck, something that I was theory crafting while I was away, with the help of a couple of other people. When I was looking at Runeterra AR, I saw Rock Saint had this kind of list, set up on their page on Runeterra AR, and I thought, oh, Rock Saint is off to their usual shenanigans again, and thought nothing of it at the time. It was kind of a fun idea that came along, but then I went over to Discord, and one of the servers that I'm in, another player completely unrelated, was talking about their homebrew. Their homebrew was also Jack Udyr, and so what I did was I grabbed both of their lists and smashed them together, moved some cards around to things that I like a little bit better, and took some suggestions from other people as well. Specifically, Grumble Slug is in this list. This is a card that you would not expect to see here. That's because if we pass on one, we have Grumble Slug on 2. We can then play Grumble Slug into Barnacles. Barnacles on Grumble Slug makes it a 3/4 with Brash on turn 2. This guarantees a coin. This gives us a really heavy hitter. For basically the rest of the match, becomes a really annoying unit to remove overall. And because of the way that the meta is shaping up right now, or the way that everyone's absolutely losing their minds over Samira and Fizz, this unit doesn't get removed all that often. And to then combat a lot of other things that are going on right now, there's of course Pocket Picker as a 1-mana unit to have. We have Prize Fight to get ourselves more coins, Three Sisters to have a little bit of a defensive option, and then the rest of the typical Bilgewater and Freljord package, at least what we have now, aside from Darken Spear. Now, the reason why Darken Spear is in this list is because, one, it gives our units like Jack, like Udyr, a little bit more punching power, makes it so that the units that we're then pulling from the deck are buffed up. And we like a lot of these units to be buffed up, because that's just what our entire deck is just a stat check deck. We like it on Vulpine Wonderlake, on Piltover and Castaway, etc. So having Darken Spear really helps in that way, but I also find that sometimes we have in the late game a lot of trouble with the draw. Even though we do have 2 Eye of Nakagoboros, there are some times where this deck can break out entirely, and so being able to play this for Anaka at the very end of the game, if need be, we can then use this to summon more units on the board and hopefully further our win condition along the way. 2 Eye of Nakagoboros, this is in every Bilgewater list, even though it's been nerfed to focus speed. I knew that this card was just broken in this shell specifically. 2 Avalanche also to deal with some of these Samira Fizz lists. It has currently a 16% play rate with a 55% win rate. If those of you who don't know what that means, basically, if you were here around the time of when Azira Aurelia was in its prime, it is the exact same numbers. Now, obviously, Avalanche is going to be dealing with Fizz Samira all that regularly. I just kind of expect it to temper the deck a little bit. Hopefully, I can get this out on, an earlier turn if need be, and knock some units down before they can really get buffed out. But, unlikely it works out, but it's the best option that I have right now. We do also have Risky Venture to kill a unit, although it is a targeted thing, so it won't remove Fizz quite as reliably. And like I said, Three Sisters earlier. We're also running 1 copy of Unforgiving Cold because we do have 5 equipments in this deck with the 2 Darken Spear and the Barnacles. And then finally 1 Kiara All-Seer, just to give Udyr a little bit of extra strength in this deck as well. And that's, it's basically just a stat check deck. Throw Overwhelm on things, don't be afraid to do that. That was something that in one of my main channel videos, someone just completely forgot to put Overwhelm on their units, and I won off of that. So don't forget to put Overwhelm on your units with stance swaps, please. These are big units. They are okay with taking a hit and then having regeneration later on. Anyway, that's the list. I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay commentaries that I have coming through. Yep, I mean, I expect to see this list pretty much right away. Such a high play rate right now, and I'm guessing it's just only going to keep on climbing from here. I'm going to keep these two. Vulpine Wanderer can give us the stance swap we want to do that 1 damage to everything. We might even have to play an early Knuckle just to have an elusive counter available. Now, possible they have Fizz into Warning Shot, depending on the deck that you're playing against. Some of these decks run it, some don't. It really depends on what you run into. I could play Grumble Slug here, but we didn't find Barnacles. Grumble Slug or Vulpine Wanderer? That is the question. I think it's Grumble Slug. Just keep our mana up. Keep our mana up for next turn so that we have options for things. Coral creatures, huh? I'm gonna swing with Grumble Slug. Hit for 2. And I'm okay with trading a little bit of damage here. Not like it really changes too much. Brings that down to a 1/1. If we had Make It Rain in this list, this would get removed, but I specifically removed Make It Rain because it is a targeted spell. And targeted means that, you know, Fizz doesn't die if he wants to. So there is, of course, that problem. The other problem now being Samira is on board. I'm going to play Vulpine Wanderer instead, though. Because, yeah, no. That's a problem. Because Samira could easily do Flare into second Samira or All Out, which means that Samira does not get removed. So, I can't go for the risky venture there. I could go for Inner Beast to try and make it so that something happens here, but the longer that they take to do things, the better for me. Flare, of course, being used. Jagged Cutlass is a card I have not seen in a long-ass time. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen this card. Jagged Cutlass is a really good addition in this deck. Huh. Okay. I'm game. I mean, like, I'm obviously holding on to something here, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Taking 4 damage from Fizz this early really sucks, though. I can trade damage back. It's not like they're gonna block this 6. I could even play... I don't have too much more I could play. I think I just do this. Just attack pass for now. Not like this really matters either. I like getting the coin. I like having these 2 units available. I hit for 4. We're not very far ahead. In fact, we're pretty far behind our opponents right now. And opponent could easily play a lot of spells for a lot of mana. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this first stance swap. And I could, like, Ram Stance, which might be good. I think I'm going to do that. Ram Stance. See what they have to say about it. Because this doesn't get blocked by a Fizz playing a spell. Obviously deals damage to everything on board, but, like, doesn't matter too much. I could risky venture and try to kill Seraphine here. Seraphine, Samira. I hate both of the champions. How did you know? Oh, you know. Swindle's a pretty good hit here. They can hit a lot of really good cards off of this. They could hit Knuckle to give themselves another elusive. They could hit 3 Sisters to give themselves more stats. They could hit Risky Venture to remove a unit, which they do, and they get coins for it. So, but what they're not going to expect is the Inner Beast, which I wanted to play anyway because I have Udyr in hand. We do this. Possible follow-up hit here. And I'm going to stance swap again immediately, because if I play Udyr, it gives them a chance to still swing with the Fizz, and I'd be pretty far behind. But the second stance swap really puts us far ahead. Removes both units, gets that Cutlass off of Fizz. We are behind in HP, but our board is now ahead. So I'm really happy about how things look right now. And I don't think... Yeah, they used Swindle, but they didn't activate Plunder. And in this case, I might play Knuckle outright. Because, like, I know oh, golly day. There's so much to consider here. I think I pass? They can't play Cutlass. They have to use something else. Bloodbait, which they got from Coral Creatures, which is not great. Only hits me for 2. So I feel like I'm really far ahead now. That's how I feel, at least. We can keep passing. We're not in any danger right now. And 1 mana spell. Could be a parlay. Jagged Cutlass again. 1 mana spell, fast speed. I could risky venture, right? I think it's too risky. Too risky of a venture. I'm tempted. I'm very sorely tempted, don't get me wrong. But I don't think it's correct. Now, the real question is, do I play Udyr or do I play Kiara? I think I play Udyr. Udyr is a little bit more threatening on board than anything else here. Pirouette is annoying, but it's not the end of the world for me. I could risky venture again, but they almost likely have a spell available. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna hit this here. Hit the Overwhelm. Get the Udyr big. Like, I know that I'm not attacking right now, but I think I'll be able to attack in a turn, possibly? Ugh. Kind of annoying, though. Going down to 5 HP next turn kind of sucks. Oh no, I'm probably just dead, huh? I do have Frostbite, though, so it's not like this Fizz is actually going to hit me, which is the nice thing. And they'd have to use that last spell in hand to begin with. I'm not going to be using the stance swap here now either, because I think that's just too slow. So, they play Fizz, or they play a Elixir of Wrath, which is very annoying. But I'm not dead, so we're fine here. I block, I play 3 Sisters, I play Flash Freeze here onto Fizz. I live with 4 HP, which is not a lot, but it is what we have to deal with. I kill Burblefish as well with Risky Venture now. Risky Venture here. Remove this elusive unit before like a Samira or something can come down. We get 2 coins back. That refills 3 mana. 3 mana gives us the ability to hit Overwhelm again on, or hit the 2/2 on Udyr, which again is the importance of giving Overwhelm to your units. Give Overwhelm to your units in this deck, please, for the love of God. Anyway, do this. Not very likely that they find a rally, so I'm just going to go for a Kiara here to then buff Udyr even more. Now, the punish is Pirouette. Swindle. But nothing to activate right away, which is good. Pirouette could be the top deck. And they don't have mana to kill me here, so I just win. I'm pretty sure I do, because my stats are just bigger now. The only card left that they could possibly punish me with. Oh, Mako actually does win it, don't they? Then we play our own Knuckle? We have to, right? Now we swing with everything here, so that they have to double block. They block with Mako here, and then they block with a 2/1 here, and I lose anyway. Yeah, it's really close. Oh, I'm 1 mana off. Shoot, I shouldn't have played the way that I did. Shouldn't have played the way that I did. No, I misplayed that. I played Knuckle here to block something if I can. You never know. Bola was available, but the last card is going to be a spell, so it doesn't make a difference. I do have, yeah, like Barb Chain is just going to win it. So close. Really close, actually. Losing out to this deck with Udyr Jack being this close specifically, like 1 mana difference, was all the difference I needed to make there. But, man. I lost by 1 turn. It was really close. I can't be upset about that result, so I won't be. Alright, match number 2. Heimer Jace. I feel like I'm back in last patch already. Oh. Well, this is definitely a hand. We keep the Barnacles. The rest we do not. Pocket Picker into Barnacles? You know, it's kind of a thing, I guess. It's not the greatest. The funny thing about playing Pocket Picker into Barnacles is that Pocket Picker will keep getting coins unless it's removed from the board, and then it still gets you a coin anyway. Mana 1, opponent could potentially have a Quietus. They do not. I hit for 2. I am happy about this current state of affairs. Definitely a lot easier of a match compared to Fizz Samira. And other nice thing is that I get to make coins, you know? So I'm going to make 2 coins off of this play. Actually, I even want to... They can't even block me now. So what do they do? Mystic Shot? Hello, Udyr. Udyr is a great find. Probably not great against this deck, though, because we just don't have a lot of protection for him. Brash means that you can't block, so you have to shoot a Mystic Shot at it, which still gets me a coin. I get the nice attack pass. We're going to Inner Beast. I'm going to make him burn more removal on it, because this is 4 damage and a coin on a 1-mana unit. Now, granted, I have spent a lot of mana on this 1-mana unit, so it's technically not really a 1-mana unit anymore. But, I mean, you get my point. You get what I'm going after here. You're sniffing what I'm stepping in. You know what I'm saying, fellas? Anyway. This turn probably stance swap to remove both of these fellas if Jace is played. If not, we block, because this also gives me the coin plus, yeah, this gives me the coin to refill for Udyr next turn. And we're good. We pass. Pass on the Jace turn. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I'd trade more damage back next turn if I don't. You know what we do then? Is we play Risky Venture. Great top deck, by the way. Here. Because this gives us 5 mana. No Vile Feast is a great change for me, too. Because now I don't have to worry about my 1 health units getting pinged away by it. Crunch. We get more coins. We refill 5 mana right now. I could play Udyr. I could play Knuckle. Wait, really? You're just passing? I'm still really far ahead. Plus my coins makes me feel pretty good here. If they're passing on 8 mana, I don't want to develop into that. Formula, sure. No champions on board, though.
Let's get to work.
That are below Vengeance mana. The only thing I can really think about them having potentially is a Despair or a Frostbite of some kind into Vile Feast. That would be my guess. We can grant Overwhelm right away. We also give this Brash so that Forest Chief can't block it. Barnacles is a great equipment. Hit for 8 damage next turn. Poggers. Unlikely that we hit for 8 damage next turn, but I would like to think that I can hit for 8 damage this turn. At any rate, let me open attack here. So we swing. 2, 4 is 6, down to 1 plus 5. I can rally this turn with Knuckle as well. And this is a Vengeance coming through. Totally expected this, right? Can prize fight? Is that worth it? Probably. Gives me another stance in hand. Nah. Not worth it. I don't want to give them the spell mana back, you know? Know what I'm saying? Anyway, we play Knuckle.
I don't finish fights, but I do start them.
Into Mako, into Bowl. Gives us a rally. Levels Jack in hand as well, which is nice. And then we also have Barnacles that we can put onto Mako, which is lethal, I believe. Okay, well, Jace is here, so it's not lethal yet, but they will have to block the Jace now, which is even better for me. Because look, he's 5. Here, Mako. Into coin. To then refill all that mana. To then play Bowl.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, what about it? Now I swing. Hit you for 12. Pretty good hit. And we prize fight this to make it so that Jace goes down to 1 HP. I punch over him for a little bit more now. And kill Jace. So punch for 3 over him, hit for 6 for that. And I have 2 blockers left. And their hand is full. Did they burn a card? No. They had space for 1 more. But this is effectively what we like the deck to do. Deals 5 already. Damn. Damn. Okay. I do like Udyr here better, potentially, than Jack, but we'll play Jack anyway. Fight me, I'll take on the lot of you. I think I block with Bowl because he's already been summoned. So blocking here means that Pharaohs only trades there. This elusive is guaranteed to hit, then they have to block this anyway. Yeah, I'm quite alright with that. Now the question that I have specifically is if Jack is able to get power off of this overfill back we get here. And no, he's not. Okay, good to know. Oh, that's the last Jace. That hurts immensely. So we commit this first, because this is lethal in a lot of ways. Opponent could potentially have a Mystic Shot here. And they do. We have Inner Beast there, which then gets over the Mystic Shot. Second Mystic Shot in hand. And if they have Vengeance, now what I do is I play 3 Sisters into a Fury of the North to then guarantee hit over top. Ta-da! We did it. I think. No Vile Feast to heal. Let's go! Let's go, baby! Woo! Yeah!
I got what I came for. Blood and a belt.
You know, in that specific scenario as well, we really would have lost a lot sooner if Vile Feast was still in that deck. Crazy. Alright. Whoa. Vain Misfortune. We really are rolling back the time in terms of meta decks, huh? Let's toss this again. Hold on to the Barnacles, because this does really sink in a lot of what this deck likes to do. And hey, we find Pocket Picker again. And Vulpine Wanderer is back. Alright, cool. Well, you know what, Vulpine? If you want to be in this game, you can be in this game. I'm not going to be upset. Oh no, I have a good 2-drop in my Udyr deck. How will I ever cope? Opponent's playing Misfortune Vane, which is a scout-centric deck, I guess you could say. I mean, there are things I could say about this deck, and none of them are too kind, but I will withhold my biases in the sake of good commentary that isn't me just whining about Demacia for the next 20 minutes. Sure. I mean, yeah, whatever, dude. Here, I have a brash unit now. Screw you. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Brash is actually a really good keyword. Not just in the sense of, like, oh yeah, it's good because it's new or anything. It's good because it's fearsome, but it's easier access. You have to get things down to 2 HP or less, and that's really doable, especially inside of Bilgewater. You have these decks that can do what they want, really. Do what they want without having to resort to fearsome units, I guess, if that makes sense. Oh, well, that's a bummer. I'm going to prize fight, then. I'm going to prize fight this specifically so that I can get an extra coin off of it. Might as well make use of the equipment for now, right? You know, the coin, lose the unit, whatever, right? Now I have 3 mana that I can refill with this. I could even play Vulpine Wanderer this turn, which might not be terrible, but No, it would have been, because I would have had 5. No, I would have had the same amount of mana this turn. Doesn't make a difference. Did you hear that? She said Amogus. Grumble Slug. We still have coin to then refill more mana to get Eye of Nakagaboros down. Does not make a difference to me, though. Oh, you're a real card. You're a sneaky Samuel, as they call it. Actually, no, I know a Samuel, and he's not sneaky at all. I wouldn't call him a sneaky Samuel. That sounds disingenuous. Anyway, we pass. Was Eye of Nakagaboros the right move? Probably not. I hate you. I hate you, man. Vayne being the champion that she is. Wish she wasn't. Quite simply put. Because, oh look, free attack token. That's wonderful news. Anyway, I definitely should have played that Vulpine Wanderer earlier. Now that I have Udyr. It's not like Vayne's gonna block this, right?
A slight adjustment?
I mean, Vayne could, right? You're running into possible things like Sharp Sight, even. I know that Sharp Sight isn't a very meta card right nowadays, but I have seen it around. Okay, well, now that they're out of mana, I will trade champions. Gladly, because I don't want this on board any longer than it has to be. And I get my free funny little stance swap. Ooh, it's so nice. I do want to give him regen this time, by the way. I know this is something that I said in the deck preview that I don't want to do. But if I'm going to be going against something that's this heavily unit-based versus the Heimer Jace deck that we played against, or the Fizz Samira, which was just about spamming out spells, I'll consider it pretty likely that we'll have to block quite a few times here. We skip block. I could also obliterate Vayne. Which might not be a bad idea. Also opponent throwing by playing their scout attack first. That was strange. We play Vulpine Wanderer here. No. I mean, this is a tough one to work with. Maybe a Grumble Slug is best. Grumble Slug just gives me another unit on board. And then I can Three Sisters obliterate Vayne. Which I might do, to be quite honest with you. I don't want to deal with Vayne leveling here. Gonna entomb Vayne. And then once Vayne is entombed and she doesn't see the attacks come through, this becomes a lot easier. The attack from the droplet does not make a lick of difference. And this doesn't have Challenger because they played it incorrectly. And then their tumble also doesn't get any value off of not having Vayne. So it's like boom, 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 all right in a row, a billion things that are going correct for me. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to... Can I Wanderer Prize Fight Avalanche? I have exact mana for that. That's great.
Have you come to aid your old friend, young fox?
So we do Wanderer. We do Prize Fight. Boom. Which then gives me the stance swap level up. Okay, it's all coming together. It's all coming together. They keep passing everything, so I'm going to do is Bear Stance. Bear Stance up to prevent dying to Petricite Broadwing, which will be pretty good. I feel like there's no interaction in their hand, or something's going on. We open attack with Udyr. Or do we? No, we Avalanche, actually. And wipe half of their board out. I wipe half of mine out as well. But at this point in time, with the way that the HP is right now, this is a much better hit for me. I have Nakagoboros looking for some options. Could find a second vein, which would be pretty bad. Second vein would be terrible. Mirai Warden is nothing to me, though. You know what? I'm going to pass. And the reason being that I'm worried about them having a buff still. I don't know what buff exactly that I'm worried about, but I just know that there's a buff possibility. Oh, fuck off with that. I'm going to Entomb Vein again. So at least you don't have your biggest unit on board. Oh, that's really annoying. I hate that. Oh, I hate this deck so much. Not like I haven't already said it 7 billion times, but holy crap. Champion strength was actually a nightmare for me. Yeah, because I block here and then it just dies anyway, right? Or maybe not. Maybe it doesn't. Wait, no. Block a higher health unit. And this does not make a difference. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Yeah, it doesn't make a difference, because this still kills Udyr, right? No. Bear Stance actually doesn't kill Udyr. Doesn't kill Udyr, but it doesn't make a difference. Like, cool looks like a nice animation, but it's not gonna make any difference here. You know, the funny thing is that the reason why we won last match specifically was because of the rally that we had. But our opponent just being like, yeah, champion strength. I rally. I'm Demacia. I have no personality. Thralls, huh? Reptilian King, yeah. Yep. I plead the fifth. I will say nothing about the Reptilian King. The Reptilian King, probably a kind of cool dude. We're really looking for barnacles, because that's the combo we've been looking for. Woo! So yeah, here, watch this, right? The past one, they're going to have the Harbinger card. Grumble Slug. Gets me the barnacles. Like, looking at this card, like, what in the frick are you doing with this thing here? Oh, it's tiny little guy. How's this tiny little dude a 2/3? What are you talking about? Alright, check out the sick combo, though. 3 damage, unblockable, 3/4, gets me a coin, and blocks this. Hey! Oh, damn. That is what we're talking about. Opponent potentially plays... What's her name? Lysandra. Can't believe I forget the champion's name. Could also go for Big ol' Pass. I could prize fight right now, and that would guarantee more damage for next turn, which is nice. Which I'm going to do. Now, this does make us vulnerable. Like, granted, this does make us vulnerable to a Blighter Ravine next turn. But bringing Lysandra down to basically 2 HP with their own Blighter Ravine does make it pretty good for me. We swing again for another 3. Now you can't block unless you specifically use 3 Sisters into whatever combination. And are you really gonna? When I'm popping off this hard? Oh, Rock Bear Shepherd. Sure, yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. We could Inner Beast into Avalanche to clear a lot of this board, too. I might do that. Is it Inner Beast or Darken Spear that I want? I do like Darken Spear, so we'll do Darken Spear. Just give him more health overall into Avalanche, because, you know, who expects Avalanche in this day and age? Literally nobody. Like, who's gonna be like, yes, today I will play around Avalanche. Piss off. Coin does cost 1 mana. I guess this does suck, though. Getting Hibernating Rock Bear back on the board soon is really rough. Because it'll be popping out next turn. Though I am surprised that they're not using it specifically for the frozen thralls or anything else here.
Make quick work.
And I will chump block this. Not a doubt in my mind. Or is there a doubt in my mind? Yeah, might as well. I think it is correct. We can play the I am Nakakaboros here. Just to draw 2. Looking for a unit. Hello, dear. That's what we're looking for. Sucks that we don't quite have the mana for him, though. Oh, no, wait. We do. I keep forgetting how coins work exactly. Because coins, they'll refill mana. But they'll also refill spell mana. So what I can do is coin to then refill the spell mana as well as drop an Udyr. And then I have stance swap on top of that. Or I can just go Barnacles on Udyr. Or I could go Darken Spear on Udyr. Whatever way I decide to cook it here. I like Darken Spear best. For now. It just gives me more HP to work with. I do have to swing because they do have their frozen thralls coming down now. Possible that we're walking into this plus an ice shard. Which, you know. Sure. Yeah, that's okay. Cool. I do have to give Udyr regen stance now, though. Which does suck. Why would you... Oh, because you want to have 3. I get you. I get you. I gotcha. I'm getting thralled. Oh no. How terrible.
Friends do make chores easier.
This does heal. Do I have the mana for what I want to do this turn? I do. Again, I'm not dead. But ouch, my face. Alright. Udyr. Inner Beast. Block. We have to block you. And we're not dead now. We're at 3 HP. And 3 HP is better than 0. So, yeah, that's pretty good. There's that. We do... I think we do Bear Stance first, and then Overwhelm Stance. Because this now gives me the opportunity to... Yeah, like check for removal. No removal. We play Vulpine Wanderer. We play Stance Swap into Overwhelm. You thought your thralls were something to be worried about? Block this man! I mean, it's you know, possible they have their own 3 sisters or even buried in ice. And this whole idea just falls through the floor. But it would be pretty funny. You know, I'm not mad with that. Removing the Rock Bear Shepherd there, not a problem for me. Because now I have a lot more space to work with. I do have Jack, but Jack is nowhere close to leveled yet. So, what we can do is Risky Venture here. Remove one of these fellas. Kindly from the premises. Crunch. Delicious. I do have Jack to do something. No, because they chump block there. Ah, you know what? This is still fine, though, because of my Frostbite. In fact, they might not even block this. They don't have to. Like, they really don't have to block this. I'm a big scary Udyr. Ooh, spooky. I cut 3 sisters to have presented lethal. I'm surprised they're blocking with this, though. They wouldn't... Isn't this one of your win cons? Because I can just now kind of indefinitely chump block things. Don't care. I'm going to file that under don't care and didn't ask. Maybe I did. No, stand swap is fine. We do overwhelm again. Get Udyr big. I summon you. And then next turn we have all the spell mana in the world to block everything we want. Sands of time. Still gonna file it under don't care, didn't ask. Again, like it's not gonna make a difference, right? Because I can still do coin into Jack, double blocks, double frostbites. No, what do I have for mana next turn? Because next turn we're going to be at, what is that, 8 mana? That is exactly enough for double Three Sisters with frostbite. I like that. 11 out of 12. We were that close. We were like 1 coin difference off of being able to do anything here. But that's okay. Open attack is pretty likely here. We Three Sisters flash freeze. 1. Block, block, block. And it's not lethal. Both of my champions get to live on the board a little bit longer. We kill another Thrall. We get a coin in hand, which is really nice. I can even give regen stance to Jack, because Jack, when Jack is leveled up, gets overwhelm anyway. So getting regen on Jack is not a bad idea at all. Yep, and we just win! Let's go! So we're just beefing up all of these units. Oh, that was so perfect. We had that Grumble Slug in the early game. We found the Udyr off of the Eye of Nagaboros to get Udyr in our hand, and then just beefed him up eventually. The Riot Negation to kill the Rock Bear Shepherd was definitely a play, and then blocking my Udyr with no overwhelm with one of their Thralls was also a bit of a throw. But, hey, good games all around. They really needed to get enough Thralls on board to win, so I guess I don't entirely blame them. And that about does it for the Bare Knuckle Brawl. Won 2 matches, lost 2 matches. Not entirely upset about our results today. Wish I could have actually done a little bit better against that rally deck, against the Misfortune Vane deck. And also I wish that I was just 1 HP off of winning, 1 mana off of winning against Fizz Samira, the best deck in the meta right now. Could potentially swap some of the cards out. Darken Sphere, for example, might be a little bit too troll, but this is also just a personal preference. I really like Darken Spear. What are you going to do about it? There was actually a deck that I built that was Alawi Udyr with Darken Spear, or Alawi Ornn with Darken Spear after both of those champions got their buffs a couple of patches ago. And I was thinking, you know, all these units, they like to have stats. Why not make Alawi both obnoxious to kill, like already 6 HP, but then getting your 2 more? There was a whole idea behind that, and that's I just have a love for this card. But that is also my personal preference. This is the list that we played. You saw the results. You saw how it played. Hope you guys enjoyed the content, and also thanks for finding the channel. I don't really post about what I upload here. I just here to have fun, but I'm having a good time. I'm having a great time with Runeterra lately, and I hope to bring you guys some more commentary real soon. Take care.